Welcome to the first Phoenix Weekly Update. We created this because we knew that not everyone can join our AMAs. On top of that, they're not willing to sit through a whole hour of listening to my voice, Eric's and Luke. So instead, we're comprising the top 5 to 10 highlights each week to reflect the true health of PCC. So let's start with number 1. We're changing our AMAs just slightly. 1, to allow us to prepare better, and 2, we've noticed more engagement on Wednesdays. So same time, ignore the time on my screen, 9 p.m. UTC, though it calibrates to the region you're in. Next, our new CFO. I recently made a video on my channel about this, and on top of that, our Director of Communications made a Medium post where she interviewed him in depth about why he joined us, his past, and what he'll be doing with us at PCC. So go ahead and check that out, and you'll find out more in the article below. And we're excited to announce that Swapsicle, our first investment and incubation, has gone live. You can now swap your PPOPs to POPs tokens, but it doesn't stop there. Because once you swapped over your pre-sale PPOPs over to POPs tokens, you can now use Swapsicle's DEX. You can swap tokens, you can put them into a pool of your choosing. You can then head over to the farm and engage with the different farms that they have going on over there. And finally, the ice cream van. Sadly, you won't be rewarded in any ice cream. It's a beautiful user interface and experience. And I always say, taking abstract concepts and simplifying them in simple form is a skill, and they've smashed it. And we wish them the very best. Next, Spectrum NFT is imminent in its launch as well. But with that being said, they're in a hiring spree. They're looking for an NFT project specialist. So if you feel you fit the bill, we've added a link in the Medium blog below where you can read a little bit more about who they're looking for and why you should be joining the team. So if this is you, be sure to send over your CV to the email left in the Medium blog below. And finally, leading from the front. Our trip to the House of Lords, many things has come from it, and we hope that you've been following. Most excitingly, PCC and the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Blockchain have collaborated. So what does that mean? Well, when we take a look at the Medium post that went live today, 2nd of June 2022, Luke Sullivan has been invited to participate in the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Blockchain. APPG blockchain. Love a good acronym. So as we move through this article, and I'm just going to skim through it so you can go through it in your own time. What exactly is it? Well, members of Parliament come from a variety of political parties, with the party holding the majority in the Commons forming our government in the UK. Parliament's role is to represent the people, and it debates policy, passes laws, and provides checks to the government. Next, the All-Party Parliamentary Group is an informal group focusing on a particular topic or area of concern. It's composed of members of House of Commons and House of Lords from all political parties. It's really important to note though, there is no legislative role that the APPG holds. However, it does have a lot of influence. So let's take a look at why. Well, the people in the room, it provides an invaluable opportunity for Luke to network and create relationships with key people interested in a particular topic. And we know what that topic is. They hold quarterly meetings, and the next one, which is actually the first one that Luke will be attending, starts in June 2022. And as you can see, a quote from Luke, he intends to be there for the long term. There's some information here about what the UK are doing in terms of their influence in blockchain technology. But then we come back to what does it mean for PCC? In Luke's words, he doesn't want crypto and the blockchain becoming a tool of control and surveillance. Instead, he wants it to be something that can be adopted and integrated into normal life in a way that complements it, as opposed to oppresses it. And that's why Luke is representing PCC around this table. He believes being part of this discussion will benefit us. It allows us to be agile and to not be on the back foot, but to be ahead of the game, where he's involved with these conversations at an early stage, finding out what the United Kingdom wants to do before it's even been done. That's the influence that we're now going to have. And to conclude, Luke is well aware that this group does not make legislation, and I want to make that clear to all of you as well. However, the importance of it is it influences the lawmakers. These are the men and the women that go into the panels to discuss the legislation and make the decisions on what's going to get put in to law. And as Luke said, it's good to be able to impress his opinions on them. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure to bring you our first Phoenix Weekly update with our 5 highlights this week. Can't wait to see you next week with a lot more information. Ciao for now.